They've gone too far. Now, we're here, and we're representing, I think, a perspective that needs to be heard and understood. To give you some context, Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced before the midterm election last year that one of her top legislative priorities was to pass into law H.R. 2282, the Equality Act. Gone Too Far finds her ambition to be in defiance of the clear threat that this bill has against the legacy of liberty afforded Americans in our Constitution and Declaration of Independence. H.R. 2282, the Equality Act, will undermine and usurp the Religious Freedom Restoration Act of 1993. It will alter free speech and freedom of expression profoundly for those who fundamentally disagree with the transgenderism and gender fluidity as presented by the LGBTQ community. These bedrock principles, freedom of speech and freedom of expression, are essential to who we are as a people and as a nation. The bill's introduction has language which read, quote, to prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex, gender, identity, sexual orientation, and for other purposes, If this language is added to the 1964 Civil Rights Bill, it will open the door to protect lifestyle choices and behavior that defies historical and contemporary science and biology in Western civilization, impinge upon the privacy of gender-specific showers and bathrooms across America. Wow. The last phrase is especially troubling, as it seems to open the door to ideas and practices outside the norm of common decency. To be specific, we are concerned that pedophilia and bestiality could be construed to fit into the implication of that phrase. H.R. 2282 effectively transfers protection of civil rights struggle fought for largely by African Americans to wealthy white men who have never suffered systematic or structural racism and discrimination based on color, class, or African indigenous origin. Speaker Pelosi and the sponsors of the Equality Act bill have gone too far. Gone too far in defying and redefining life. Gone too far in defining the lifestyle choices as a civil rights. Gone too far in encroaching on our First Amendment rights to religious liberty and free speech. Gone too far in redefining morality away from our nation's Judeo-Christian heritage. Gone too far from following the principles, the founding principles that made America the freest nation on the plain. This act, H.R. 2282, is sinister. It is the gateway to a moral depravity that will ultimately destroy this nation. We are foursquare against it, and we encourage our elected officials and our spiritual leaders across this nation to push back against an agenda that Nancy Pelosi and over 200 Democrats in the House are sponsoring. Gone too far.